Hi, everyone, and welcome to day 10 of 30 days before Halloween on Adams for the Love of Movie Picks. This time, the category is going to be Stephen King films. In no particular order. I mean, obviously, before I get into them, Stephen King, one of the best known horror writers in the history of mankind. Obviously, he didn't really direct these, but all these movies are based off of his books. So that's why I'm titling it the Stephen King category. First up, we're going to be talking about Dreamcatcher. Now, before I get into what Dreamcatcher is about, there is a ton of well-known actors in this movie. You got Morgan Freeman, Thomas Jane, Jason Lee, Timothy Olyphant, Tom Sizemore, and Donnie Wahlberg. The premise of this one is that these four childhood friends, through a very special fifth friend, are all connected and have special powers that help them against these. Now, it turns out to be an alien invasion, but I mean, still, the things that happen in this movie are super creepy. That's why I kind of count it as a horror movie. And just, a really interesting storyline. And just a great film. And really recommend Dreamcatcher. Next up is Creepshow. Now, this one is a collaboration with George A. Romero and Stephen King. Basically, it's got three different storylines in it. It's like basically told three different storylines. A murdered man emerges from the grave on for Father's Day cake. A meteor's ooze makes everything grow. Professor selects his wife as a snack for a created creature. Scheming husband plans two lovers up to their necks in terror. Malevolent millionaire with an insect phobia becomes the prey of a cockroach army. And then you got some, pretty well-known actors. You got Leslie Nielsen, Ted Danson, and apparently Stephen King was in this himself. So just a great collection of like mini movies within one movie. Some of them are super scary, like the one with the created creature. That is definitely creepy. So definitely recommend Creepshow. Then you've got, now these are the originals. I haven't seen the new one yet. Pet Cemetery 1 and 2. Now, the idea of this is it starts off innocent enough and something we can all relate to, losing a pet, a loved one, like a loved animal, I should say. And, even though I don't have one in my hometown, like there's certain places that have cemeteries strictly for burying pets. And for whatever reason, this particular one is buried near an Indian burial ground. So, or a sacred Indian site, so that when you bury animals or anything else there, they come back to life, but not as they should. They come back as these horrid killer creatures. It's a very interesting concept to both of these films. Super creepy. And yeah, I just highly recommend either one of them. Like in the first one, I think it's the guy's child that gets buried. The second one, I think it's the guy's wife. And then the second one is got Anthony Edwards as well as Edward Furlong in it. So that definitely recommend the Pet Cemetery movies for sure. Now, as I was talking about in day 9, the supernatural serial killers. I think the reason I left off the original was I forgot that I put it in the Stephen King category because they're all related to it, but this one especially was based straight off the novel. Again, it was decent for what it was. It was good for the 90s. I definitely recommend it as a Stephen King film. And like I said, there's some well-known actors in this one. John Ritter, and then of course Tim Curry as Pennywise. So yeah, definitely recommend the It movie for sure. Then you've got the last one on the list is Stephen King's The Mist. Now, this one here is almost more sci-fi than horror, but just because of the stuff that happens, it's in a supernatural, really spooky way. And, it's got one of the most shocking movie endings. Right up there, I would say, in the top 5, not in any particular order, with it, definitely with the Sixth Sense. Just super creepy. And, of course, some well-known actors in this. You've got Thomas Jane, Laurie Holden, Toby Jones. There's probably some others that I'm forgetting. But, yeah, just a great film, super creepy. And definitely recommend that. So, hopefully you like that category, folks, with Stephen King films. And we will catch you tomorrow night for day 11. All right, have a good night, folks.